you get it by now. Tell me what you learned in grade school. Give it to me like you want it. Did you forget that golden rule? Why is our love it one-sided? It should really be give and take. Fill you up and leave me empty. Baby, was that my mistake? Covering these feelings, going through changes. I'm just so mad right now, I can't even think straight. So I'ma just read it and delete it, knowing you won't read it before we get too far away. I need to clear my mind. I'd rather just read it and delete it before we cross the line. You said you want a bad one. Well, baby, I'm as bad as they come. Said you want a hot one. Yeah, you with the hottest under the sun. But be careful what you wish for. Make you eat your words. If I'm more than what you bargain for.
I can't hear you.
Nobody probably can't hear me.
Oh,
I was on
okay.
mute.
There you go. I hear you now.
What's up, everybody, y'all? I was completely muted. What is up, everybody? Y'all didn't even tell me in the chat. Oh, okay,
I
Candy just
tried to
told me.
tell you. Oh,
No, I was talking about in the chat. I was just really talking. But yeah, so I got my girl Moochie in the building, and then of course we got Tamieka in the building. Give me a second. Let me get her in. Hey, boo.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Girl. Just sad to see this show go.
Yes, this was so good.
It
yeah,
really
this
was.
is a
It
good
really
show.
was. Listen, they didn't want to let me be great, Toya. Like I had everything like boom, 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 and then your girl was muted. They didn't want to let me be great. It's okay though. We gonna get it together. So y'all, whew, this was a good old episode. On a scale of 1 to 10, go ahead and let me know what your rating is. Tamieka, start with you, and then Moochie.
um, Shoot. I mean, for me, it's tens across the board. I feel like they didn't miss. It just was good storytelling. It was good, a little bit of action, comedy, just all the mixtures that we be looking for. All-star cast. I really didn't have no complaints. I might take like 5 points off maybe on the last episode or something, but just overall, I think they did a great job. I would like to see some more limited series. Let's tell some more stories and get some more all-star cast up in here. I
I
wouldn't
know
be
that's
mad
right.
at it.
Okay, I'm not mad at that either. Moochie, what you think?
I thought this series was awesome. They did a good job with it.
Okay,
He did a
that
good
part.
job with it. I have no complaints. It was a star-studded cast. I just wish it would have went longer.
That part.
I wish it was a season 2.
Okay. Maybe if they, like they could do like Tamika was saying, like different stories of it being that this was a true story. Maybe they can do something else, bring in another really good solid cast because the writing and everything is on point. This was really, really good. I enjoyed it. And DeMarcus say he give it a solid 9. I'm gonna give it a solid. I'm gonna give it a solid 10. Um, I think it was 10. I think it was a 10 out of 10. I ain't gonna lie to you. I
Yeah.
can't even take off nothing for it. I think it was. I think they did pretty good. Hey, Sally Boo. Hey,
Hey,
Candy
Sally.
Love. Um, Sally said, "This is such a good show and reasonable doubt." And this is such a good show and reasonable doubt. There. Oh, yep. Over. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into the episode. I watched it on Friday, I think, and I tried to look at a little bit of it. So Hopefully, I can remember everything that happened, but we gonna see. Okay, y'all. So, when the episode started out, of course, we already knew at this point. We already knew that. I don't know why I can't think his name. Cadillac. We already knew that Cadillac was not going to, that he was already dirty, right? We already knew that he was trying to take over Frank's operation or whatnot. He wanted to avenge his father, and so this is kind of where we're getting him talking to the rest of the people. Like he's trying to get all of them on the same page so they can go ahead and take down Frank. What y'all think of that first and foremost? Did y'all think that they was gonna be down with it, or did y'all think that it was gonna be like they was ready for him to go? Moochie?
I felt like they was kind of on board, but I think they wasn't really trying to hear it because they they like him. They like Jack. I forgot his name. The one that Samuel L. Jackson plays. They like him.
Frank?
Yeah, Frank. So yeah, they like him. So that's, I feel like they was listening to him, but they wasn't hearing him. He just, to me, he's just getting heard off the strength of his father and his mother.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you. Tamika, what you think?
Well, I'm sorry. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
I was just asking if you thought that the fellas were gonna go with what Cadillac was saying, or did you think that it would, or would they be more on Frank's side?
Initially, I thought they was down with it because I thought he had kind of like, told them everything. Like either they was already kind of leaning towards him and wasn't feeling the way that Frank was, carrying on, doing things, handling things, or he had already been telling him his plan. So I figured they was probably going to be rocking with him. Like maybe not all of them, but maybe some would be rocking with him and the other ones might potentially go back and tell Frank something. But it wasn't, his plan wasn't working the way I thought it was.
Okay, okay, that's what's up. Now, same. I wasn't really sure how they were all gonna react. I was just kind of like hoping that, because I didn't want it. I mean, honestly, Frank ain't that great either, but at the same time, he better than Cadillac. I just like him better. So I was kind of hoping that they wouldn't, do the most. All right, so let's see what we got here. So when the episode opens up, of course, it opened up that way, but then we got Cadillac. He's going out to talk with Frank because they're supposed to be meeting up to take care of some business, and this is when he's gonna get the call from Chicken Man, and Chicken Man said, "Bok bok." That stuff was so funny to me when he said that, and he was like, basically telling him like your boy is in a body bag right now. So what are you gonna do? Pretty much. Um, from that point on, I was just like, I don't know how this is gonna work out for Chicken Man. I mean, I knew that he kind of had he had Hudson and stuff like that, but I was like, I didn't know how this was gonna work out. Now, did y'all think that Willie Black was gonna go along with the plan? Did y'all think that he was gonna go ahead and help them, or do you think he even had a choice, Moochie?
I don't think he had a choice. At first, he wasn't going to, but I don't think he had a choice in the matter.
Okay, Tamika, did you believe that he would, or do you feel like he didn't have a choice?
I believe he would, but I think once he found out what happened and how everything went down and how they know he's probably with it, then he was all on board now because he was kind of really mad about that whole thing.
Yeah, that is true. That is very, very true. So, Tamika, what you think?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he really had a choice, and I think he was pissed off too. So
So
combination.
either way, he was ready.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what. Okay, that's what's up. Now, when Frank and well, I can't think of his name right now. Baldy. Okay, his muscle. When they looked at Cadillac, I knew right then that something wasn't right. Like I knew that they knew that something wasn't right. Did y'all get that same feeling?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, ain't no way that Frank, he could not have made it this far and not
Yeah. I would have
just.
been very surprised if Frank would have just like, been able to be a pushover just like that.
Okay, that part.
Mm.
Tamika, talk to us about Cadillac and when he get here and just kind of walk us through that scene.
Oh, this was funny though, because he really, I mean, at the end of the day, they are all hustlers in their own way. So it wasn't hard to believe that they could possibly be trying to make a deal. We just want to be able to get out alive, get on with our lives. You want the money, and then wasn't Chicken Man telling him he had which one was it that he said he had in the truck? I forgot,
Emerson?
but yeah, and he
Yeah.
was like, you could get rid of him. So I mean, it sounds good, but sometimes if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But
That
they was working, and he was using his gift of gab.
part. Okay.
And Cadillac, I'm sorry, but even though he want to be smart and he want to take over, I feel like it's more of his mama pushing him, and you got to do this because of your daddy. I just don't think he really had it in him. He wanted to have it in him.
Exactly. I think so too. I think you right on point with that one. I don't think that I think it's his mom just kind of gassing him up. And I really do feel like Black just wanted to like a big FU because of the fact of everything that went down because he was the one that gave the order to unalive everybody. Like I mean, Willie wasn't supposed to live either. Willie Black wasn't supposed to live, but Emerson, you know, because Cadillac didn't want Willie Black to come hunt him down because he knew how crazy he was. But Emerson kind of pulled his own audible because he needed Black to do the dirty work for the little boy. And then I'm pretty sure, I don't know. Do you think he was going to take him out though, y'all? Do y'all think Emerson was going to take Willie Black out?
No, I didn't see that coming.
Even though he was ordered to, but I don't think he was actually going to do it. I don't. You think he was going to do it, Tamika?
Not initially. But if it came down to it, I don't think initially. I mean, I don't even think he really wanted to take out Mac, but at the end of the day, it just went the way it went.
Yeah. Yeah, that was all unfortunate. Now, for like
Hmm.
a whole second, I thought Cadillac was gonna walk away. I was like, Cadillac finna walk away, and they go, it's all gonna be messed up because he should have followed his first mind, but he
Hmm.
and that Willie Black, because usually I want to call him Hustle Man, but usually he have like the gift of gab, but he couldn't get he couldn't get Cadillac to bite, but Willie Black knew what to say to get him to bite. And I was like, dang, Cadillac, there you go. Moochie, what you think about that scene when Hudson come up in there after he basically confessed?
I I liked the way he was talking, but I was like, Dad, he's like mad loud. And then I was looking at the cops. I'm looking at him. I was like, is he gonna do anything in this place? Because they not afraid to let off the pow pow in public. But everything was good. And I knew it was a setup, so I was trying to see how it's gonna work out. But at first, like I said, I was wondering how that was gonna work out. I love the way like it was cool, but I thought him and Black was gonna get into it in that diner.
Mm,
Like, cause Black ain't afraid like to do anything, but I knew he was down with them. But I was like, is he gonna try to do something? Cause Black is gonna retaliate if he strike first.
yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. But Tamika, talk to us about how Hustle Man pulled all of this stuff together because Hudson come up in here, he get his man, he get who he was after. He done got finessed all the way. But were you surprised about how this whole production came about? Because I know I was.
Yeah, I was, and I loved it. I like how they went back and showed how he went and was talking to everybody. Like we had the whole setup going in the diner. We over here with the freaking big ass record in the freaking carriage, because he was like, damn, that's so big. How the hell we going hide that one? And the old lady sitting there with the stroller. I was like, okay, I see y'all. Y'all was on point with this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, how we gonna take that underneath a desk?
Right.
But you know what? When the lady said no cursing, remember when he
Mhm.
first walked in there, I was like,
Mhm.
but he was talking so much. I was like, oh, she got everything. When you seen that big tape recorder,
Mhm.
Okay, that
mhm.
part. What up, Monique 69 Ways?
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
that part. I was like, okay, they set this up well, but it just goes to show how good Chicken Man really is at putting stuff together. He really do know people, and people really mess with him. And at the end of the day, they got the recorder, got the lawyer that brought the recorder. Like they got everything. He finessed every last single thing down to the T. And because Cadillac ain't from Georgia, he don't know that this isn't real. So he just kind of going along with it. Because I stopped and I thought about that. I was like, how in the world did he finesse that? Like, y'all don't know this don't exist. And then I was like, oh, he is not from here. Like, he not
Mhm.
from here. So, it is what it is. Y'all, I thought Willie Black was gonna make it for like a whole second. I thought he was just about to go to lockup. Did y'all see the bullet coming towards him? Did y'all see it coming?
I didn't see that coming. When it happened, that was like one of my OS moments where I was like, oh, and then I was like, they all going, everybody that did the robbery.
Every last single one of them out of there, all the way down to Emerson. Everybody gone.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy to me. That was so crazy. Super duper crazy.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming, but I wasn't necessarily mad at it. I just was like, "Oh shoot!" But I did think that he was just gonna go to lockup, and it was funny how Cadillac was still kind of trying to, be like, "Don't be a snitch." You know what happened to snitches? Okay, snitches get stitches. He didn't give a damn. He was like, "Nah, we both could go down." Now all of a sudden you want us to come together, so I guess they felt like that's what they needed to do, get him up out the paint.
Okay, yeah. He was out of there. Sorry, Demarcus. Your boy had to go. He had to go.
I thought he was gonna be the last man standing with the crew that robbed him.
Me too. I
I
was
thought
like,
he
well,
was gonna go to jail.
okay. That part. Um, let's see what happened next. Oh, yeah. So after all this, there's a whole big shootout. Of course, Willie Black got, and they actually got Chicken Man, y'all. He went right up like this. Lamar do not be caring about these bullets. Lamar just I ain't gonna lie. I low key like Lamar. Lamar is about his business. When he say he gonna be the bodyguard and he gonna be the man, he gets stuff done. Like he
Mm-hmm.
really do get it done. But he got Chicken Man and they got him in that trunk. I was like, oh Lord, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, I figured they was about to get him because we know that at some point down the line they got him, but it was just a matter of how did they get him, because everything seemed like it was going so good, and then they just bust up out them daggone cars, and I was like, here you go, Hudson and Chicken Man playing. It was going too smooth.
Okay, just too smooth. They was all out there dapping it up, shaking hands, like high fiving and stuff. I'm like, bruh, don't high five too quick because that's when everything come for you. RC says I thought Willie Black would get it, but not like that. Okay, because he looked Lamar right in the face. Lamar had good aim too, because
Yeah,
he went.
see, on point. He don't be missing. Yeah, because I could have even seen a situation where once he would have got to jail, then they would have took him out there. But
Mhm.
I definitely was like, all right.
Okay, I said, dang, Lamar, you gonna shoot him right there in front of the police. That's why at the end, when what happened at the end happened, I realized why he had to go. I was like, I mean, you did.
hmm
You did commit a
Yeah.
crime right there in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Moochie, let's talk about oh let's talk about Frankie. Frank is at the hotel. He and Vivian, sorry, that's not it. He and Vivian are at the hotel, and he, they come up with their little plan about what they're going to do, and Vivian has already kind of shot her shot with what she wants to do, which I was really proud of her, by the way. FYI, I was really proud of her shooting her shot, and of course she gonna bring her girl in, and that's what else I like about it too, is that she made sure that old girl was a part of this whole plan. I can't think of her name right now, but I like her. What's her name, y'all?
I don't remember her name.
I don't remember her name, but I like her. DeMarcus know her name. Go ahead and drop it in the
Yeah,
chat.
put it in the chat,
Yeah, we know
DeMarcus.
you know DeMarcus.
But Moochie, what did you think about Hudson rolling up on Frank like this?
With him rolling up on Frank like this, I was like, is he? I'm glad that he came straight out with him. He was to the point, not playing around. Like, if you don't help me get chicken back, I'm blah blah blah. You know what he said? He said he gonna knock his D in the dirt. And I thought that he wasn't playing.
Okay, that part.
I'm
That's right.
glad that him and Chicken Man's relationship changed too.
Yeah, absolutely. Maxine. Yep, that is old Maxine. But yeah, so I was like, okay, so but where are we going with this? Like, what's the end game on this? Like, what is the plan? So you get him together, you're gonna go to Chicken Man. Is Chicken Man even gonna be alive? Like, I had so many doggone questions at this point, but then I remember we've all saw the ending part where Frank is actually standing over Chicken Man. So I was like, okay, so it's not gonna happen too soon. So it just gotta play itself out. So clearly we got all the dialogue because ain't nobody shooting. Because I feel like in real time, Chicken Man would have been gone. I don't feel like Frank would have ever made it there because Lamar is quick on that trigger. So, it is what it is. But they might have also wanted to wait for Frank to get there to make the call too. You never know how it go. So, it is what it is. Tamieka, talk about this part right here, because I love this part when she pulled the blicky out on both of them.
Yeah, this had me cracking up. It was like a mother that's getting on her children. Like, y'all better grow up and act like y'all got some damn sense. What we doing here? But I also really liked to see like the growth with these characters, because I'm like, look at where she's at now compared to where we see her starting. She played her hand, her and Frank, doing their thing. Then even Hobson has some growth, because in the beginning I was kind of back and forth with him. But I'm like, all right, I can respect that. He don't give a damn if you a cop, if you a criminal, whoever the hell you are. If you doing some flaky stuff, he gonna come after you. And he was not trying to back down. He like, we gotta go get Chicken Man. So I did appreciate that with him. But when she was checking both of them back then, they both was like, whoa, what you gonna do? They both shut up and had their eyes big. They looked at each other and then looked at her. I was like, all right, now get them together, okay?
Okay, that part. But Moochie, how'd you feel about this part? You got any thoughts on this one?
I like the way she got them in mind. She was I like the way she got them in line. And they didn't even know she was packing. Didn't
Okay.
know she was packing, and they seemed to get right in line when she said what she said.
Okay. Frank said, so you had that the whole time?
Hmm. See? So now I think he has a lot of respect for her though.
Yeah,
Right?
I
He
think so
like her
too.
hustle.
Absolutely. And that's what like goes back to Tamika's point about the growth of the characters. We only had 8 episodes, and we saw a lot of growth in these characters and a lot of character development with just 8 episodes. I ain't gonna lie, they did a damn good job on it. Like, it just, I don't know if it was because it was an already done story in a sense, but they still had to find a way to like bring it to life and bring it together. I don't know. Kudos to them because they did
Yes.
good,
Hmm.
in my opinion. Let's see what DeMarcus had to say. It was cool to see the firm mushmouth text bunker. Willie was gonna flip on Frank with the quickness. Yeah, I believe he would have. Willie don't strike me as the type that was going. He don't play for the team. You know, he's a solo player. So we get back. Hudson brings Frank in, of course, and Frank is, Frank is like, he's telling them to like chill, 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 like nobody shoot. And then he wants to hear what Hudson has to say because Hudson said he was going to tell him the story. Moochie. What'd you think about not Terrence Howard? What'd you think about Cadillac when he said, Frank, I ain't never lied to you? Till this morning, I said, dang, hit dog, then hollered.
You talking about when he was talking to Chicken Man?
Yeah, so Frank, Hudson has the gun on him, and Frank tells Hudson to go ahead and spill the beans. Like, you said that you was going to tell me, when we got here. But then before he could even say anything, Cadillac starts just yelling about how he never lied to him before because he know they about to tell on him. So he's like, I ain't never lied to you before except for this morning when I said, such and such. He said, but I came here. I was trying to take care of this. They tried to set me up, yada, 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 that part.
I like the way they did this. Even though he was playing possum, he did it in a good way. Because they knew he was gonna have his back up there where they was going where they had their plan set. But Chicken didn't know. So that was the cool part about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because Chicken
Because
got caught up.
He flip-flopped on them.
Yeah. Tamika, what was you thinking? Because that part cracked me up. Because all I can see, Terrence Howard has this way about him, the way whenever he does these characters, and it's like he does it with every last single one of them. It's very similar, and it's always so damn funny. She was funny.
Yeah, it was. I felt like he was telling on himself. Like if Frank wasn't too sure or whatever, that kind of would make him give him the side eye, in my opinion. He was better off being quiet or just saying, oh, don't listen to nothing they got to say, take them suckers out or whatever, than being like, Frank, I ain't never lied to you. Listen to me, okay? I ain't lied to you to this morning. I've always, kept it real with you, whatever. I'm paraphrasing. But it was like, to me, that made it even more obvious that, that would make Frank be like, let me see what they talk.
What happened?
She
went off?
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what the heck is going on, but can y'all hear me?
Now.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying, I just felt like that made it even more obvious, like, made him give the side eye, made his senses start tingling.
Okay.
Like, why he being so extra?
Okay, because that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, ain't no way in the world if I'm Frank, I would have ever believed what he had to say. Because why you saying that right at this moment, right when you feel like they about to say something? Now something ain't right about this. So, yeah, that was over for me. That would have been over for me right then. But Frank, he play it cool, and instead he want to go talk to Chicken Man on the inside. So he get the gun. He tell them, he done got Hudson's gun away from him. Somehow he finessed all of this. I was like, what? Wait a minute, what just happened? So, but this is, of course, before we know what the play is. But he takes him in there, and they start to have a conversation. And this is full circle back to the beginning, back to where we started from, where we saw Frank holding the gun on him, where we thought that Chicken Man was about to go on to the upper room. And they have a whole conversation, and Chicken is just like real honest with him. And I think I love this conversation with him. And I think it also goes back to what you were talking about, Tamieka, about the growth of the character. I mean, the way that he was just flat out honest about everything. I was like, Frank, you can't unalive him at this point. Like, there's no way. I was feeling like Chicken Man had done his due justice and like he had confessed. And I mean, in that moment, if you didn't like him, you could not like him. What you think, Moochie?
I liked him at this moment because even though this is the moment where we know the plan. So you knew from this point he wasn't gonna take out Chicken Man. But the way Chicken Man was basically talking about like how he trying to change and how he's not a how how he did his wife and all of that other stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, he said he ain't ish. Basically, said
Hmm.
I ain't ish.
I was trying not to curse.
Said I ain't ish.
I ain't
He talked
ish.
about how he committed adultery on his wife. All the things that we saw transpire throughout this entire series. He talked about all those things, and he even talked about how he stole Viv's heart. What did he say? I stole her heart and sold it for $1. I can't remember the exact wording of it. Tamika, do you remember?
Yeah, it was something along them lines. I know he definitely said he stole her heart. He did his wife dirty, and he just been out here in these daggone streets, and he was laying it
Hmm.
all out on the line. And then he told him, "Listen, this your last chance. Speak now, forever hold your peace." What would you say if you was in front of God right now? I like that scene.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a
that
really
was a
good
good
scene.
scene.
Absolutely. What up, 007 Spidey? I feel like I ain't seen you in a minute. What up, what up, what up? But yeah, I love that part. That was one of my favorite parts. So of course we know he shoots the bullet, but they don't show it to us. So we don't really see what happened. Because I want to say they didn't show us, did they? Then it kind of pan away and then it comes back after, and then we see that he didn't really shoot him.
Yeah,
But
we just
Yeah.
hear it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So, meanwhile, Frank, we'll go ahead and because we already on that scene. Frank is, just letting him know, like basically, like it's your lucky day. Um, all I need you to do is pl- play unalived. I can't say the other word. I want to
Mm-hmm.
say the other word
Hmm.
is play unalived. Like that's all I really need for you to do at this point because he needs for this to play on out, and because he's going to make Cadillac, if it's true, he's gonna make Cadillac basically make his move because once Chicken Man is gone, then he should feel more relaxed to do whatever it is that he needs to do because they already feel like they got the situation under control because Hudson doesn't have his blicky at this point because
Mm-hmm.
everything has kind of played out. So he just wanted him to play his hand. So Tamika, talk about when Frank goes back outside after Chicken Man is spared.
Yeah, once he went back outside, I haven't rewatched the episode since when I first watched it, but I believe that Cadillac was already trying to beat the other guys in the head and let them know that he didn't feel like, Frank is up to par and he'd been doing whatever wrong. And Hobson was trying to speak because at this point they got him down on the daggone ground. And he like, no, this has all been a setup. Like he was in on it from the beginning. And of course, he's basically trying to tell Frank, like, don't listen to him. I don't know why y'all don't just take this pig out. They was about to take me in. They was trying to set me up. So it was kind of just like a back and forth where both of them is saying things at the same time, trying to get Frank not to want to turn on him. And then we get to a point where we starting to turn our hammers on Frank. So I was
Hmm.
like, mm-hmm.
Because when Frank come out there, he like, what are y'all doing here? Like, what's going on? Like, why are y'all here?
Mm-hmm. Why
Because they
y'all
wasn't supposed to
here?
be. That was
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And then when Catlack is like, did you take care of what you know I took care of? So he plays along like he took care of business or whatnot. And of
Mm-hmm.
course he got his right hand right beside him. I love Lamar, y'all ain't gonna lie. He's a great right hand man. Let's go have a right hand man. That would definitely be him.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But then he shows his after he figures that out, that's when he shows his hand. Now of course Hudson is still trying to plead the case, and he shows them the picture. Clifton Powell's such a fool.
The
He
way he
is.
was talking, what did y'all think of that? His voice.
Who you talking about? Mushmouth?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's why I said Clifton Powell
That
is a fool. I love the part.
translation.
Mm-hmm.
It was so funny. He liked it sounded like he had whatchamacallit, what you call that stuff that people be chewing on in their mouth all the time.
Tobacco
Yeah,
or the
that nasty.
yeah. That's
That
it.
tobacco. I was like, come on now, mush mouth. He's about, I see the picture right here. The picture right
Yeah, he
here.
was playing the hell out that role.
Mhm.
I loved it. It was so good. But yeah, so he shows him the picture of Emerson and McKinley, and everybody knows that Emerson is Cadillac's his lieutenant. So it wasn't that hard to believe. I mean, it shouldn't have been hard for them to believe if you ask me, because he just
Hmm.
tried to get all of them to turn him up when we started at the very beginning of the episode. He was trying to get all of them to turn
Exactly.
against him. So, you know, your boy Hudson had one in his pocket. He had a play in his back pocket. And just when they was about to go ahead and light everybody up, guess who shows up?
Hmm.
Mhm. The
The
law.
Popo. The Popo
The
has come.
law.
Okay. So this is the part I was talking about earlier when I was saying that I was like, why did everybody else get to walk away, but Lamar didn't? I forgot Lamar had unalived somebody right there in
Yeah,
front of him.
Lamar unalived like the other people in front of him before too. He done did a couple of them in front of Hudson at this point. Because remember, he went there and took out old dummy. What
That
was his
part.
name? The cousin, the nephew that didn't want to leave, that was messing with big girl. Why
Oh,
don't
was
we?
it Dre?
Yeah,
Oh.
Drake. Is it Drake?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Dre?
he took him out in front of him, and then he done took out more people in front of him. So you can't walk away scot free.
Yeah, he don't get to walk away.
Hmm.
He don't get to walk away at all. But yeah, that was what's up. Hey, Antoine. But yeah, I love this part. I was like, okay, so that was the play. And then we kind of get the reconciliations, I guess you want to call it. Because I wondered how these two would play out. I wondered if if they were still on good terms, because there was a point where I didn't know where they really were with each other. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, I know that he cared about her and that she cared about him, because you could see it, but I didn't know where they really were. So I was like, are we good? Are we not? And then she basically just tell him, like, give your wife a chance. She got a soft spot for his wife.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. She actually felt bad.
she
Hmm.
knows that she's a good woman, and and she was nobody to play with. And they just shared a man for a couple of months or a couple of years maybe. But she
Okay.
don't think she's a bad person, and I don't think his wife thought she was a bad person. They just was both being lied to.
They was just all part of the Chicken Man
Hmm.
show.
Hmm.
Hmm.
The Chicken Man production, okay? That's it. But she said that it was time for her to stand on her own 2 feet. It was time for her to be at the head, basically. It was time for her to make them boss moves. And he asked her, are you sure you can trust Frank? Are you going to be okay with Frank, rather? Not trust, but are you going to be okay? And she was like, yeah. She looked back at him and say, yeah. And I was like, okay. Like, I don't know how I really pictured this playing out, but I really enjoyed the way it played out.
I did too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I like
When
the
it
way this played out. It seemed like he knows she landed on her feet and she gonna be all right. But it can't go back to how it was. Cause
Hmm.
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah, that is very, very true. Um Talk about this scene right here, Moochie. We get back, everybody gets arrested. Now the cops do let go, they do let Frank and the rest of the leaders go, right? And
Hmm.
that was probably something that they had came to an agreement with when they were, when they were in the car. So oh, Gordon is his name. The wife would say, yeah, Gordon, aka the Chicken Man. But yeah, Gordon is definitely his government name, his Christian name, as she say. But yeah, talk about this scene right here when we get back to the precinct and how that kind of all played out, and Hudson finessing the the cap.
I like the way he finessed the captain because they wasn't gonna be able to solve this crime. They just was gonna try to take everybody out and keep it moving.
Okay, absolutely. Tamika, any thoughts on kind of how this all played out and how did you feel about it?
Yeah, Hudson was smart. He used it, to his advantage. He did solve the crime and he got to put some people away. I like the last little words between him and Frank where it was like, oh, we ain't got you free to go, but you better go ahead and get up out of town. And it was like, are you threatening me again? They kind of, did a full circle back to when they first met up in the conference room. But as far as him coming in here and checking the daggone boss, like, I mean, at the end of the day, he got his job back. He had to give him his job back. Matter of fact, he got a promotion, so that was even better. And it was going to make the boss look good that this is solved, even though I don't really think he deserved it. But
That part.
yeah, they got what they deserved. They was all dumb, them damn cops. I'm still pissed off that he got in trouble and suspended because this man wanted to be racist to him, but at the end of the day he worked it in his favor and he did it
Yeah.
the smart way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he got him back too because he was like he used it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I loved
Oh,
it.
I was glad
okay.
they got rid of the other guy,
Mm-hmm.
the one that
Absolutely.
almost pow pow chicken man in the back.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I felt like Faye was gonna take him back. Why is it that we always gotta go with the "you hungry"? Why is that like a universal thing? You hungry?
Cause
That's like the makeup words. You be mad at your boo, and then you ain't gonna say "I'm sorry." You just gonna say "you hungry," and
mm,
that's like "I'm sorry." Why is that, child? I don't
that
know,
breaks
but
the
it is.
ice.
It ain't no size, it's just you hungry. Shoot. That's the universal language. But I felt like she was gonna take him back. But I really did feel like she really did love him, flaws and all. She knew that he had all of these different flaws. She knew that he was doing some of these things. She may didn't know to what extent, but she knew there was something. And I just felt like she really loved him and loved him where he was at. Because sometimes, you gotta love people where they at. Um, and so I really like this for them. I was happy that he was able to get her back, but I wouldn't have been mad at her either if she didn't take him back. I mean, it was a lot. So
But I thought she was though. I thought she was though, cause he really apologized, but and I think she I felt like she knew he was going to change after this because it was too close to what that was really close. He came so close to kissing kissing the sky, going to heaven.
to the upper room.
You
He almost
know,
went there. Tamika, what did you think about like the very ending? There are a couple of things that happen. We see the we see our boy Chicken Man up in that pulpit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he not collecting people like this anymore. He say he collect what was his way? He used to say he collect people for I think I can't even remember. He said this stuff so much. Um I should have wrote it down, y'all. I'm sorry. I
I
can't remember.
forgot what he said, but it was a good way. The way he turned it around,
Hmm.
he turned
Yeah.
a negative to a positive.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, exactly. But yeah, I love this for him. I thought that, and plus he has such the gift of gab anyway. Why not use it for something, that's going to be uplifting and helping and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Y'all see Demarcus? I can't with you, Demarcus.
Gordon Chicken Man taking tithes and offering is a form of running numbers in the church.
Just can't let that man can't let him just
Let
uh
him be an honest citizen now.
Yeah.
exactly.
I was happy with this, and it seems that from what they show in the when you see like the real, I don't know, docu series or documentary, or you read anything up on it, it seemed like they stuck pretty close to the story. I'm sure it's probably little things they changed here and there because I don't know all the ins and outs. But as far as how all of that played out, that's pretty much what they said because we didn't know if they was gonna stick to it or if they was gonna do something different. And then
Hmm.
to see Hudson in the audience and his wife looking at him, and I know he said he was collecting people for God now, people for the Lord, but I don't know what he was the numbers he was collecting them for first, something like that.
He
So
said,
I was like,
I collect people like I collect numbers. That was his
That's
phrase.
how he was say. I collect people
and
like I
now it
collect
was
numbers.
collecting people for the Lord. Yeah, so
Mhm.
I loved it. I was like, all right, now go ahead. Okay, Gordon, you done changed your life around.
Okay, that part. And
That's what
then
his
we're
wife was waiting on.
yeah, she
Mhm.
finally got it. Old Crooked Mayor, he finally Frank finally got into the business, but he didn't get into it. He couldn't put his face into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had to do it a different way, but he still got there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like he still got there. And I thought that I was even happy for Frank when it was all said and done.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, they tell us what happened to the real people. So we
Mm-hmm.
see that Gordon Williams turned his life around, going from hustler to ordained minister, faithfully serving his community until his death in 2014. So,
Mm-hmm.
so that was nice. Hold on. Moving fast. Thingy. Oh, because let me see if it's on. Okay, no, it's not on. And then I want to make sure I missed one. Tamika, can you read that one?
1 minute.
Oh, I could read it.
I'm sorry
You
that
got your
chat
glasses
popped
on?
up. No, yeah, the chat popped up. That's what Detective Hudson would go on to advocate for law enforcement reform through his role as head of internal affairs for the APO. I love it. I absolutely love it, love it, love it because like we said, he was one of those characters that you kind of went back and forth with, and I know most cops don't look at internal affairs as a good thing because we supposed to have the blue line and all of that, but you need somebody to be checking y'all. And on top of that, the time that he was in, where he's literally having to deal with racism from his fellow officers, and at the same time try to get out here and get criminals. I feel like he was fair and he was balanced. He just felt like wrong was wrong. He didn't give a damn if you was the cop or if you was the criminal. And so I'm like, yeah, we needed somebody like him to be out here seeing what these damn cops is doing.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. All my comments went away, y'all. I'm so sorry. But shout out to HFG for the $5 super chat. We definitely appreciate you. I don't know what happened to all the comments, but
I could see him still.
on my side, I can't see them. I don't know. They just disappeared here. Moochie, can you read this next one about
Yeah.
ATL?
Over the next 3 decades, Atlanta would flourish into a major international city, culminating in its selection as the host of the 1996 Olympic Games.
Okay. So
Mm.
look at Atlanta. Went from a little country town to like the Mecca. It's like exactly what Frank was saying. Like I see Atlanta as
Mm-hmm.
like the black Mecca. And that's exactly what Atlanta is.
Yeah,
Like,
that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so let's see. I love this when they oh hold on, we gotta read these two because we can't not read this one. Muhammad Ali would restore his iconic career, staking claim as one of the greatest athletes of all time and one of the most influential figures of the 20th century. Ali would cement his love affair with the city of Atlanta, returning to the light the Olympic torch in the 96 games. I thought that was dope too, how they tied all of this in. Of course, we only see him that one time, but I loved how they tied everything in together. It was really dope. I love this picture at the very end, Hudson and Chicken Man, the crook and the cop.
Mhm.
The crook turned ordained minister, and
I'm
then to
surprised. Remember, he was calling him a hoodlum.
yeah, hoodlum all the time. And Chicken Man didn't like that stuff, but I really did love this last picture when somewhere on here. Come on, picture. I'm gonna let it play. I can't get it to click. I can't get my mouse. There you go. I was like, I know I had one more picture. There you go. I love this picture right here because I was like, I'm pretty sure Hudson is in the back, and I'm pretty sure Chicken Man is in the front.
Yeah. The front looked like Chicken Man. Is the chicken at the top of his head on a patch?
I don't. Let
Is
me
that a
see.
chicken?
I didn't even saw that. Is the thing is in the way. Let me see.
It's
Let me
like a
see.
little patch on his hat. Is that a chicken?
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah,
think
that's
it
a
is.
chicken.
I
It
think it
is a
is.
chicken.
I
I didn't
love
even notice
it.
that. I didn't even notice that. I just guessed. I was like, they got to be Chicken Man because he looked like
Mhm.
a gangster type dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
it got to be him. But yeah, y'all, that was what's up with Fight Night. That was it. That was the very last episode. Oh my God, this was such a great series, y'all.
Yeah, it
Such a great
was.
series.
Yes, it was. I enjoyed it.
Me too.
Yeah, yeah. I hope we get something else really, really good. There's so much fall TV coming up, guys. So y'all got to be making sure that y'all are following us on social media. Make sure that if you're not subscribed to our channels already, make sure you subscribe to the channels because there's a lot of stuff that's just coming out. And of course, we can't review
Mhm.
everything, but we can keep you in the mix about what's going on. And I know that a lot of us do small reviews. On different platforms. I know with the new update, I know Tamika and I will probably be doing more reviews on our channels because we don't have to, we can talk longer without having to make it so quick so we can do more stuff. So definitely just make sure you guys are following and supporting and all that good stuff. We appreciate everybody for coming through and hanging out with us tonight. Moochie, what you got going on your channel, boo?
Well, I'm taking it light this week for the rest of the week. We're gonna regroup. I will be uploading some reviews with different shows that I do because tonight the Aaron Hernandez comes on. So I'm gonna try to see if I could get a glimpse of it and see what's going on and leave a little my first thoughts. Please be sure to click on the Discord and join us, y'all, so y'all could be with the next events that we do. So keep y'all notifications on and holler at your girl.
Ow.
Yeah. I'm trying to be low because I'm right next. My room is right next to my dad's.
Oh, okay. Tell daddy we said hey. Tamika, what you got going on your channel?
I got what y'all got going on more than likely, and then Sisters is back, so I definitely will be talking about that. I know it's probably gonna give me a headache. Zatima and Love After Lockup, another show that gives me a headache, and I'm trying to get some other things together. So definitely keep your notifications on.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So as far as myself, of course, I have going on with whatever the ladies have going on. We only got one more episode of Reasonable Doubt, y'all. That's another one
I
I'm sad about.
know,
I
yes.
know.
So make sure y'all join us this Friday for Reasonable Doubt. Tamika and I will also be doing Found on Friday. On Thursday, Tamika and I also do Zatima. So definitely make sure you join us for that. And then on Wednesday, Candy and I are going to be talking about Queen's Court because child, they is doing the absolute most out here trying to find love. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. And then, of course, next week we'll just start it all over again. I have book club on Saturday. So if you're into the family business books, we are doing book club on Saturday. We're starting to read a new book in the Discord. I think it's going to be Who's That Girl, if I'm not mistaken, with Eve. So definitely, join the Discord. We trying to build it up and we're trying to do some things in there. So definitely come and hang out with us there. And then if you're watching From, which is another really, really good show, Tamika and I are also doing From. And I think they are doing Aaron Hernandez. Aren't y'all doing the
Yeah, the
Menendez still?
American.
Yeah, we're finished
Yeah.
with the Menendez. It's Aaron
Okay.
Hernandez and
So Aaron
also Penguin.
and Penguin. And Penguin is really good too.
Hmm.
So definitely make sure
Sidebar
that.
on the Menendez boys. They supposed to be in court tomorrow, so we gonna find out if they gonna let them out, y'all.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, y'all
You
know
know,
Moochie got us with the hot topic. So
I'm
she keep us in the loop.
gonna try to keep y'all in the loop. I might do a this just in.
Right.
Okay, that's what's up. But anyway, y'all, we're about to get up out of here. We appreciate you guys so much. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me pull this chat back up so I can see who we got up in here. Demarcus, thank you. 007, appreciate you for coming through. Of course, we had Renee that came through. Candy Love always coming through, showing love. 007. Spidey, thank you for coming through. And I forgot y'all that my chat went out. So I don't know everybody else. Latoya, I know she was in the building. And there was some other
Hmm.
people in the building. Moochie, who else was up in here?
AC, RC was here. I'm looking. I'm
Monique
still looking.
69 Ways, Candy
Janetta was here.
Love.
Derry B was here. Oh no, and Sally was here.
Sally.
Antoine was here. Ew.
Hey, I don't like that view. Okay, y'all. So thank you guys so much for coming through. To everybody who was in the chat who didn't get a chance to say anything, you're just hanging out. We appreciate you guys. To everybody that's watching this on the replay, make sure to type in hashtag replay gang or replay squad and let us know that you were here and how you felt about Fight Night. And would you be down to see a similar series like this, you know, with a lot of other heavy hitters in it with a really dope storyline? Let us know down in the comments below, guys. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to all of the channels. And we will talk to you guys later. Peace.
You said you want a bad one. Well, baby, I'm as bad as they come. Said you want a hot one.